Welcome back. It's the Forex Prodigy. Actually, I should be saying thank you guys for welcoming me back because it's been so long. What can I say? The last time that I made a video, I think I had around 7 or 8 subscribers. Now I get back online about a year later and there are 55 of you guys. I just want to say thank you guys, and I hope that for the videos I've posted, you've enjoyed them, and hopefully I can get back on track and make some more videos and be helpful to you guys. So one of the reasons why I've been gone for so long is because I just started a new job as a business analyst, so it just has really been me focusing on just trying to build another area of my life along with my trading. I haven't stopped trading yet, and so that's why I have as my first point up here at the top is for each and every last one of you to have a vision of where you want to be, especially when it comes to your trading, since that's what we're all here for. Have a vision of how you want to trade and where do you want to be, and be willing to be patient to get there, and basically all the things that I'll teach you guys here on this channel will require you to be patient. Some of the things that I explain to you are extremely simple, but it's a different situation when it's just you and the chart. It's an entirely different situation, and that's something that took me some time to learn, is that when it's just you and your charts, there's a whole nother flow of thoughts that you have to learn how to block out. And I hope that I can teach you some of the tricks that I had to come up with to stop some of those free-flowing thoughts and build a strategy of my own. One of the things that I'll tell you that you should all do, and it'll save you a lot of time, is to use multiple time frame analysis, right? And the simple way to put it is this: use support and resistance levels on the time frame that's above the time frame that you're trying to trade. So, for example, if you want to trade a daily chart, you should use weekly support and resistance levels. If you're trading a 4-hour chart or an 8-hour chart, you should use daily support and resistance levels. So and so on and so forth. So, what does that mean? That if you're trading a daily chart, you should have a weekly type of patience at least. If you're trading a 4-hour chart, you should have a daily type of patience at least. Alright, so that's how I'm gonna start out. Now here's a trade. Alright, so basically what I have here is a beautiful pin bar. Right? Now, maybe that's not the best place to start because we need to put this pin bar into some context, right? So how about we shoot over to the weekly chart? Now we're on the Euro CAD. Let's shoot over to the weekly chart. Now, what you see here is this. Where is my pin bar, guys? I give you a chance. Where is the pin bar? The pin bar is actually the low of this weekly bar. That's a powerful realization. That's a very powerful realization, because then when you look at time frames that are above the time frame that you're trying to trade, you realize that the highs and the lows of these bars actually mean something on lower time frames. Alright, then you go this step further and then you say that, wow, so if I was to say learn how to identify support and resistance levels on a higher time frame, then I can find hot spots on lower time frames. Okay, so now we see, okay, wow, there are about 5 bars that touch this area, so we can say this is a pretty good support level. Here even it's a pretty good support level, even though price didn't respect it to the T. And then you see this bar high, for example. So this is a pretty good, I would say, support level. on the weekly. Now, it's not an extremely strong support level on the weekly, but you're able to see that it's a strong support level nonetheless. And if it's a pretty strong support level on the weekly, I guarantee that when we bump down to the daily, we'll see that it's a very strong support level. Okay, so whereas on the weekly we only saw like 3 or 4 touches, on the daily that kind of multiplies by 2 the amount of touches that we see in this area. Alright, and so it's a pretty good, I would say, support level to trade off on the daily. And basically last night, that's what I was looking at, because I looked straight, I knew I wanted to trade the daily chart, so I looked at the weekly to see what we had going on here, and obviously there's some things that I see that are a little bit more advanced, so I won't get into those into detail, but I see these 2 EMAs starting to get very close to each other. This is the 150, this is the 365, and I see that, wow, we're at a low from, when was this? This was like in July. When was this? Yeah, so this was in July. Now we're at pretty much the end of October, and we're finally making it back to this area. So I said, all right, wow. Well, when I saw this bar initially, this pin bar, it was a bullish pin bar, which I was like, man, I hope that this closes like this. It was almost midnight, and I was praying that it would close as a bull pin bar, but finally it didn't. But still, it closed, I would say, in a very, very good solid area. I mean, right here you have this bar low, and for me, I use this bar low as an indication of you know, like, maybe not an indication, well, it is an indication, but it's just a good place to enter the trade, basically. So it's a nice support level, and so when it closed, I entered on the close of the bar, right? So I entered on the close of the bar, and what did it do? I mean, within the same day, this bar went from here to here, which is about 200 pips, 100 to 200 pips. We can double check. Yeah, so 189 pips in one day. Alright, so we go back to my chart here, and you see, now, like I said, I'm so used to this that I marked it on this chart, but on the other chart, I didn't even, you know, I didn't even use what I put on the chart previously. But as you can see, this is what it did. Now, let me not waste time because I'm getting kind of long-winded. But how did I know where price was going to go? Because I got out of my trade right here. A lot of people would have probably waited until it got up here, but I knew that this 365 was a pretty strong level. Alright, so it's going to be kind of hard for price to break through that, at least on the first try. So first of all, I looked for big round numbers. So on this side of your chart, which not a lot of people like to look at these numbers, but if you want to be a good trader, you need to get used to that. And really, the main thing that you're looking for is 0, 25, 50, 75, and then you're back to 0, 25 like this. So, alright, the way that you can do it is this. So, where's 45? Where's the 45 level? Alright, so this is about the 45 level here. Alright, 145. Then you go up a little bit more. 45.75. Let's find 45. That's about 45.75. So I knew if it got above this 50 level, it was headed to the 75 level where I had my my limit set. So I looked away for 20 minutes. Literally, guys, it was down. Price was down here. 20 minutes later, price was up here. High momentum setup. Why? Because I based the trade off of a weekly chart. Now, the same thing happens if you bump down to 4 hour. It's going to do the same exact thing. I mean, we can do that. We can go down to 4 hour. Say we entered the trade here, like I did, except I showed it to you on a daily. You can see that within I don't even know how quick that happened. We will have to continually go down and see how fast the price shot up. But this is a 15-minute chart, so within 15 minutes you saw that price shot up through the roof. So it was a high momentum setup, but I looked at these 50, 75, 0, 25, 50, 75. This is how I find my exit numbers. Alright, and price respects these numbers all the time. You can look on any chart and you'll see that price respects round numbers. Alright, so anyways, guys, I just wanted to, welcome myself back. I hope that you got something out of this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Any questions, comments, leave one at the bottom. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.